got to happen. I've got to get up and get myself going. Now, who's going to have one of these in our hands? Now, welcome to another cyber coaching section with me, your cyber coach, Lee Reed from thekeeper.co.uk. Today is all about core stability on a Bosu. So one that looks like that. Now, if you don't have something like this at home, it doesn't matter. Go grab a football. If you can't even get hold of a football, go grab a pillow. You can literally use anything for core stability. These things are brilliant, not massively expensive, but they can help for ankle stability, core stability, knee stability, strength and conditioning, and even a bit of cardiovascular exercise. So we're gonna bring a little mixture in, all which are surrounding it, because obviously the whole idea of core stability is if it takes you off a balance or it takes you off your center, straight away you're getting the stability to bring yourself back to your neutral spined area. So anytime you slightly wobble or move out of balance, that's all core stability. So even if it's a pillow, if it's a football, you can use it in the same exercises. The only things you would change is this first exercise that we're going to do. If you're doing it with a football, you just want to step over it. Obviously with a football you wouldn't step on it, otherwise you're likely to twist your ankle. So just be clever with what you're doing and think about the movements you're going to do when I show you how to do them, and then try and work around it whilst you do it. So all we're going to do is we're going to go for 20 or 30 step overs. Now, I know some of you guys can't see the Bosu, there's not much I can do. Unfortunately, the Facebook cameras are absolutely rubbish. They don't show a long enough zoom or a long enough sort of widescreen to allow you to see where the Bosu actually is on some of these exercises, and there's nothing I can do, unfortunately. But you'll understand the principles of it and you'll see my movements. All you're going to do is step onto the Bosu and step off the Bosu. So it's literally lateral feet just going over the top of the Bosu, keeping your core as tight as you can, keeping your shoulders as solid as you can, and every time you move you're literally trying to transfer and adjust with your hands and your feet. All we're going to do is go through that 30 times, nice and clean, nice and comfortable. If you can, get your safe spot looking in the distance, so you're looking up there rather than looking down at the ground. But when you start, your first one you want to do is just do it down, just to get used to where that Bosu is and where your feet are. When you get more comfortable, when you feel a little bit safer, a little bit more used to the Bosu, try and get your safe spot up into the distance. You ready? Give it a go. 30. Try and balance your hands as much as you can as you're doing it. And relax. So just shake your legs off. What are people doing it on? Are you doing it with a Bosu? You're doing it with a pillow? Are you doing it with a football? What have you got? Let me know in your comments. I've already said you can't see it. I've told you that part. Just be cautious when you're doing it, Aaron. You don't want to do too much with regards to the knee. You would want to do the more the core stability side a little bit later on. This is just a warm-up. Obviously, I've been in the gym, so the last thing I want to do is start straight away going into movements without getting a little bit of cardio going. Bosu and pillow, love it. Which one are you using the Bosu? Oh, it's way too hot in here for this. So, taking in the core stability side, I'm going to bring you into the middle of both. All I want you to do, step up onto one foot and then onto the other. That's if you're on a Bosu or a pillow. If you're on the football, all I want you to do, transfer both feet touching each other, knees touching each other, and you're going to close both your eyes to try and put yourself off balance. So that's if you're with a football. If you're on the Bosu, you're just going to step up, step onto it, and just getting yourself your balance to start with. Concentrate on sucking your abs in, keeping your chest out and your eye contact up high. You'll feel a little wobble with the feet if you're on a Bosu. On the floor at the moment, you won't feel that wobble, but it's going to get more complicated. If you're on the floor, keep your eyes closed. So if your feet are on the floor, you're using the football side. Keep your eyes closed and I want you to try a squat. If you're on the Bosu, for the first couple, I want you to do a squat with your eyes open. And then if you feel comfortable with it, then try closing your eyes. Maybe go to one eye first and then the other eye, and then both eyes if you're comfortable throughout it. And all it's going to be is just going to go down to squat, stabilize, and come up. Nice and controlled, nice and slow. Same if you're on the floor, nice and controlled, nice and slow. Concentrate on your movements. If you feel comfortable with that, if you're on the Bosu, close your left eye. And you'll feel yourself wanting to pull on one side. And then close your right eye. And if you feel really confident with that, make sure you've got nothing anywhere near you. So if you did fall, you could just collapse off, keep your arms tucked in. Try both eyes. And just go down as far as you can. Then come back up. Open your eyes, get yourself your safe spot again. And then close your eyes again. Go down a little bit further this time. And then come back up. Now you'll feel a lot more shuddering going on. You can see with my legs, they go all over the place when you're doing this one. And it's all the proprioceptive nerves kicking in because they haven't done it for a while. They don't know what's going on. They start trying to go, oh, panic, 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 panic. And that's the proprioception kicking in. So it's the body's ability to do something twice. And what it's trying to do is it's trying to understand what the movement is you're asking it to do. So the more we do it, the better we become at it, as long as we're doing it quality. So what you don't want to do here is do it too many times that it doesn't become quality. So keep the movements going, but make sure you get the nice controlled motion coming in. Obviously weight going through your heels and your toes, depending on what way your body weight goes. And that will bring you back to your centre of balance in your neutral spine area. And especially your centre of gravity on this one. Like there, I pulled to my right, just brought my centre of gravity back in, and it just recovered itself. So step off the Bosu, just flick your feet off. Not massive ones, we're just doing little exercises. Again, have that little drink. I know I'm going to need it. So take those fluids on. If you've got any questions, launch them through in the comments. I'll come in now and again because this isn't a live where I'm putting the video up and everyone's hopefully going to look at it. It's just a live to help you guys out. So this is just a bit of a core stability live, something different, trying to get the youngsters, especially with it being Mental Health Week, just out doing something different, trying something different, and knowing there's other things out there that you can go away and try. Instead of going on the games machine or going on the Xbox or just watching TV, come in, do 5 exercises with us, and then go and relax the rest of the night. It's just getting you out doing something. Great choice. What a lovely uniform. I know it's good, isn't it? When I squat, it hurts my knee. Just be cautious with your squats. As you are going down, just control all the movements. If it is hurting, and it's hurting too bad, so if it goes above a 6, you want to stop the exercise. And just watch us. Join in with the comments. Don't do the exercise. And maybe in 2-3 days time, when the injury's not there, then come back in and do this exercise. So they will be downloaded to the keeper. They will be downloaded to YouTube, etc. later tonight. So if you do want to go back to it, you can go back to it. It's not going to suddenly be deleted. So you can go and try it the next time. This time, just going to come forwards a little bit so I get my heels away from the wall. And we're going to go down to the knees. Now you can do this on a football. Comes a little bit harder than on a Bosu. But you're going to go down and try and kneel on that football. Now, I would start, if you're on a football, putting your hands on the feet. Oh, hands on your feet, hands on the floor. That's way too many hours of coaching, that is. So start with your hands on your floor, get yourself balanced, and then try lifting your core. So you try and lift your trunk, and then stabilise. And with stabilise, you just want to literally lock your hands out like you're in a set stance, chest over, eye contact out. Start with your eye contact in your safe spot about 1 metre, 2 metres away. Then when you get used to it, obviously I can look at you guys and I can just rebalance depending on what I see myself doing on the camera. So as long as I'm not going slow-mo, I'm all right today. If I'm behind, I'm in trouble and my safe spot's going to have to be down there. But you guys are holding quite good internet at the moment, so touch wood, that continues. Woo, that was a little bit different. And what you'll find is as you start getting a little bit more fatigued, the body will start moving a little bit more. Now obviously, as you can see, I can still move and talk with my hands. But ideally, you want to just literally set and lock. And then you, by right, should literally lock into the actual Bosu. So I want no feet on the ground, just your knees on top of that Bosu. And we're going to hold it for 30, 40 seconds. Give it a try, see how you guys get on. And now, when we're doing the core stability, focus on the breathing. So, although it is a little bit of hard work, it's something different. It's not massive hard work. I'm not going to run a marathon. But what I want to do is start focusing on your breathing. So you start focusing on your internal structure rather than just outside world going ba 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 ba. And just slow everything down a little bit. So all I want you to do is breathe in and breathe out. And just focus through your breathing in your safe spot. Nothing else for the next couple. Just breathing in your safe spot. And every time you slightly have a adjustment and your body wants to pull one way, pull it back the opposite side. So you're working your obliques and you're working your abs, working the arms, we're working the legs. You'll have a little bit of everything here. You'll probably be feeling a little bit of a burn in the hamstrings. All absolutely perfect, all absolutely right. I've got a bit of a burn in the biceps as well, but I have done biceps twice today. So it's probably got nothing to do with the exercise. Well, it isn't got anything to do with the exercise, but my biceps are burning as well. So makes it a little bit different. I'm just glad I'm not doing this on leg day. So how's everyone's weekend been anyway? Get some comments going on there. Let me know what you've been up to. Are you watching Jumanji? Are you going to give yourself a little bit of a heads up of what might be happening next week? Obviously, we're through week 1 of Jumanji as of tomorrow. And we're going on to level 2 Jumanji. Now, obviously, on top of that, we've also got the boxing going. Pa, 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 pa. So let's try something different. Whilst you're on top of it, can you do a little bit of boxing? Hey, maybe there'll be some extra points if you can do some boxing on top of the Bosu. So if you can do that boxing ball whilst doing the Bosu, I might give you guys some extra points. I might post one on that for you a little bit later as well. We'll see what time I might get. So there are a few little tasks for you for the next couple. We've got a brilliant one from Matisse today. He was standing on trees and all sorts, and he was doing the boxing ball. So it's a cracking start, Matisse. Keep that up. Massive well done on that. Who's next? What's your next daily life? What's your next walk? What's your next exercise that you can use that boxing ball with and literally get yourself out in the environment going and go pa 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 pa? Because guess what? Next week's going to be a new task. So get them in this week, and next week comes another task on top of that. So all I want to do is relax, come up, flick your legs, get your hamstrings back in, have another little drink. I'm moving on to a different one. This is where the abdominals come in. So anyone that thought they were going to get away with abdominals today, no chance. Let's have a look at the comments. Hey Alice. Hard luck, see. But what you're looking for, especially with core stability, I was never this good at core stability when I was a kid. And obviously then I really focused on my abs for years and years. And I honed them being in Virgin Active when I was over in that stage. And I really focused on my core, my Bosu work, my core ball work, everything, areas like that. And yes, when you're talking core stability, you're not actually going to get a 6-pack or an 8-pack out of it. Core stability is the stability of the trunk. So it's what keeps your spine in the position it should be in. So if you suddenly go and slip whilst you're out playing in the snow, potentially tomorrow, that is your core stability stopping you slipping over, all right? Whereas abdominals, to get a 6-pack or an 8-pack, you have to have the low body fat, and then on top of that, you also have to be doing weight, also resistance exercises with your abs. So that's more, that's where you're homing it. So it's your sit-ups, it's your V-sits, it's your planks. Speaking of V-sits, it's almost like I work down in. We're going on V-sits onto the core stability ball here. So here's a little bit of core stability with V-sit. So you've got a bit of abdominals and core stability. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet off the ground. Just going to get yourself that nice set stance, that nice stable base. Nothing is touching the ground. The only thing touching the Bosu is my bum. I don't want anyone holding on to the Bosu. That's easy. I could do that all night. I could meditate on here. I want the hands off. I want you balanced. Now, if you've got a football at home, sit on the football. And that's what you're going to do. You're literally going to try and sit on the football and just hold yourself there. Nothing more for a couple of minutes. Just get yourself that centre of gravity, that centre of balance. Stabilise your core, trunk up, eye contact up. Once you get easy at that one, touch your different heel. I'll see, you know where this is going, little man. You know where this is coming from in a minute. Yeah, we're going on to circles. This is actually harder to do when you're not holding a safe spot and you're focusing on everybody else's movements. Oh, Facebook, just gonna switch it. It says low battery, even though you've got a charger on there, but hey, hopefully that will last it through. Well, now I've turned it on. All the lights were on, but apparently the charger wasn't. So as you're on that one again, you're locking in, you're just touching the inside of your ankle to start with. Once you get used to that, touch the outside of the ankle. So now you're using the actual obliques to get that leg movement on. Now this will become very difficult with the football. If you can't do it with the football, go back a stage. Just sit on the floor and do the exact same movements. It will keep the exact same without the core stability. So you'll work your abs. You'll find that nice burn coming from the abdominals. So don't be afraid to go back onto just the floor and just literally stay there the whole time. Now, Facebook, I am going to turn you down because I'm not going to stand up for the rest of the session. So you should be able to see better movements now. Now, as you're on, again, balance the hands. Legs off the floor, and you're going to go little circles. Oh, see, this one's just for you, little man. Focus on your breathing pattern. Focus on your leg movement. And then change the way your circles will go. Now, remember, when you're talking core stability, for every action, there's a reaction. So if I go into it really quick, I'm going to fall off really quick. If I go into it slow and controlled, that's how I gain the movement patterns correctly. So it's a matter about technique over speed every day of the week. Again, have your little drink, have a little relax, we'll go on to the next one in a minute. For all of you guys that like cycling out there, we're now going to hold the trunk back. And we're going to go just knees. So the knees are coming in and out. Once you've done 20 or 30 of those, relax the legs down. Just get yourself back into that relaxation sort of pose. As he says, oh, circles. I bet you're not happy now, see? So, anyone watching the game tonight? Or are you guys watching films? What are you up to for the rest of the evening? Whilst you're answering that one, going to your next one, you're going to go in, circle. In, circle. Woo-hoo! Now what you find with this one, because you're doing two different mechanisms, your body wants to go off balance the whole time. So you have to really focus through that safe spot. And then relax the legs down. So my hip flexors are gone. Certainly in too many hours on the day today. Just come up, flick your legs, open up your abs. So all you're going to do is just stretch through, pushing your chest up, and then just open everything because we're getting on to some fun ones now. Using that Bosu, put it wide of you. You're going to go down into a plank position now. Yeah, we're going to start some planks. None of you guys are ever going to talk to me again after this one. I might not talk to myself after this one, but we'll see. Who else is on? Oh, not the Super Bowl. Oh, I'm definitely watching the Super Bowl. You're chilling with Erin. I like that. Rob is not even on here. Oh, Rob, disgraceful behaviour. He's legged it and run away. That's what's gone on. So this time, going to go down, hold the plank position. So your forearms are going on the Bosu. Your feet are staying on the floor. You're going to hold the trunk up, guarantee the neutral stance. So everywhere between your head and your back of your neck, all the way down to your coccyx in your bum. It should stay dead flat. Now, I don't think you guys have actually seen any of the t-shirts yet. So as I'm absolutely baking, I'm going to the t-shirt. And yes, ignore the hair. So what you're going to do, balance in, lock in, and tighten everything in that stance there. You're going to hold for 20 seconds. Concentrate on your breathing as you're doing it. Then relax the knees down. Now, if you find that too much, don't be afraid to put your actual knees on the floor when you're doing this exercise. So if you have to half zone it, that's absolutely fine. You just work up to it. So then the next couple of weeks, what you then do is bring the knees off, or maybe bring one knee off. Eventually you'll get to the point where on the next one, what I can do is I can jump between them. And you find different ways of testing yourself. And you find different ways of trying to improve each time. So don't be afraid to start back to then move up. All right. So this next one, you can actually touch your shoulder. Now you can do this from a press up, or you can do this from a plank shape. I'm going to do this from a press up shape. And as I do it, I'm just going to touch, 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 touch. And I'm going to make it a little bit more complicated. I'm going to take one of my legs off the ground whilst doing it. And we're going to go for 20 touches, 10 each shoulder. Ready? Oh, slippery, that's the fun part. And then relax your arms down. Again, just be cautious of your wrist flexors here. If you've got any wrist problems, try and do it on the ground to start with. So don't go onto the uneven base. Go onto the ground, stabilise your wrist, and then go for the touches. Obviously, if you have got a bad wrist, you could also do that just in a plank shape. Just touch up, just making sure you're slightly twisting your obliques whilst doing that movement. So you've got a few different options on that one. Again, have another little drink. We're only going to go 2 or 3 more exercises. My brain's gone to jelly. So I'm done with lives this week. We've done, I think, 5. So what's your favourite live been this week? Which one have you enjoyed the most? Which has been the most educational? Let me know in those comments. Otherwise I might not do anything next week. If I get no comments, I ain't doing nothing. I quit, I'm gone. So I better get some of them comments in there. Right, what one do I want to go with this time? Oh, I know, going back to a plank shape. In the plank shape, you're going to rock your obliques. So in here, you're going to rock one side, rock to the other. So you're almost taking yourself off that neutral spine, but it's your hips doing the movement. So you're really hitting the obliques around here. You should feel after 10 or 15 of these reps. We're going to go again, 20 of them, play. So in, and you're just going to rock. And then hold, and you're going to hold for 10 seconds. Then relax, one leg down. Come here, see what you've said. See face planted. Could you do the plank the opposite way around? Yes, you could. You could comfortably do it on with your feet. You could also switch the Bosu around the opposite way to make that a little bit more complicated as well. Let's see, said. You like the would you rather, did you? I like that, fair enough. That was quite a good fun one. It was a different one. Erin likes this one. Ah, good, You told him to get his forfeit. Yeah, I'll give him a forfeit, that's fine. That's not a problem with that. Hey D, how are you, little man? Have another little drink and we'll go last 2 on this one. Gonna come back to a stable base. We're gonna go 1 ankle. So I know a few of you lot that play for a certain team had a live this week on crosses and how to claim them. Now obviously it's all about your outside foot leading, it's all about the attacking of that ball. What a lot of people don't teach you is how to get that mechanism going and what happens to start with. And it's all about your core stability, it's all about here. It's all great having strength here and here. If this doesn't come into it, you're gonna get knocked off that ball. So what we're gonna work on is gonna be 1 foot on. Now, if you are the football ones at home, you are not gonna use the football anymore. Football is gone, put it away. And it's just gonna be a step through, up to hold, okay? So you're going back to that closing the eye principles if it gets too easy. The guys that have got a Bosu, if you have to hold on to something to start with, do so. But you're gonna come up, hold, back down to set. So I'm just gonna adjust you guys again so you can see me. And you're gonna change legs, so you're gonna go right and left leg, hold for a count of 2, then relax down. So it's up, 1, 2. If you find yourself slightly pulling, pull yourself back in if you can, or readjust it the next time. And then go the opposite leg, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ooh, that was an adjustment. 1, 2. Now, you guys won't be able to see where I'm stepping on the Bosu. I'm literally stepping, planting into the middle of the Bosu. So I've got a big M on my Bosu. But you're looking at the centre part of that Bosu, which will give you the best support, but also the most uneven area. So you start wobbling the most. But it's where the foot will get the best connection to the Bosu. Go 5 more lifts. Now, if that becomes too easy, why not try reach up at the same time? No holding on to the ceiling, just reach up. And try and get your eye contact up as well. So it's like you're actually going to come and claim that ball now. And the last one. Now, quick cool round. Do you want an abs one? Do you want a core stability one? Standing or sitting? Circles, anything, don't mind. Shout me what you want. First one to make the comment will get the exercise. What have we got? What would you rather like me? What would you prefer me to put on now? Gotta be quick in, gotta be quick in. Sitting, everyone wants a sitting one. Okay, I can do that. And we're gonna go sitting down, but this time the feet. Oh, I need to adjust you guys. That would help, wouldn't it? So you can actually see me when sitting down. Feet are gonna go out dead straight, and you're just gonna try and hold basically an inverted plank. But we're all gonna hold it for a minute, all right? So anyone drops, you owe me 5 press ups. You gotta count to 60 in your head. Once you count to 60, that's it. Lives are over for the week. Exercise is over for the week, unless you're in with me tomorrow, which then hard luck. I'll see you tomorrow. But you gotta count to 60 in your head. Once you've done that, we're done. You can go and relax for the rest of the night. So, marks, set, go. and relax. Anyone that went down before I said relax, whoo, you went too quick, so you owe me 10 press-ups anyway. But that is it for me on the Bosu core stability. Just something a bit different for you guys, a little bit of fun. I hope you've loved the lives this week. Remember the different exercises we've got. So that Bosu challenge, that boxing ball challenge, get yourselves in play with that. Remember there's prizes up for grabs each month. Go and enjoy the football. Go and enjoy a movie with your family. Go and do something different. I've got paperwork to do, so I've got some fun to kick on with now. But from me, your cyber coach, I hope you've loved our sort of mental health awareness week for the kids. Much love to everyone. Hope you're all staying safe. I'll see you all soon.